Hi, my name is Mark and welcome to my channel Fishing Around Colorado Springs. I am not in Colorado Springs right now. I'm off the beaten trail in Bonita Springs, Florida, and I just did several days of fishing with my family. We had a blast. We caught all these different type of fish, but what I want to do is show you how I clean my favorite fish here in Florida, and that is called a whiting. And I have my cutting board right here. This was my grandfather's. This is like at least 50, 60 years old. And I'm using my grandfather's fillet knife, which is just as old. It has seen so many fish. And this is one of the whiting that we caught yesterday. It's a beautiful species. Whiting is just so mild and delicious, and I'm really looking forward to getting this cleaned up. And then I'm going to show a video of how I cook this fish. But besides the whiting, I also have this spotted sea trout. It's also called a speckled sea trout, and this is really nice as well. And it is equally as delicious. So I'm going to clean up these fish. I have one more small whiting, but let's just get going. I'm in my mom's kitchen, and I'm really going to try not to make a mess with everything flying everywhere. So the first thing I want to do is get the scales off of this fish. And I'm going to go really easy, and I'm going to go against the scale. Just like that. Cover my hand so it sort of doesn't spray everywhere. I will have to thoroughly clean my mom's kitchen after this. She does not like cleaning fish in the kitchen, so she's going to have to deal with it. You do it until it's nice and smooth, so there's like no friction. Okay. Let's flip it over, get the other side done. This is a really beautiful whiting. So while we were down here, we caught a lot of catfish. We don't eat catfish. I mean, I'll order it at a restaurant, but my grandfather never liked keeping catfish. So we're just accustomed to catching catfish and throwing it back in. There we go. I also caught a really nice jack. I think my first day here, it was beautiful. And my brother's like, we don't eat jack. It's like, really? So I threw it back in, and then later I looked online, and you can eat jack. It is a delicious fish. Can be a little fishy, but if you cook it right, they say the bigger the jack, the fishier it is. So I don't know. I've never eaten one, but there's a lot of recipes out there, so I wish I didn't throw it back. Get these scales off. It doesn't really make a difference what order you do to cut off some of these things. I'm going to start with these bottom fins. There it is. Let's get this head out of here. You can go underneath the fin. Lop off the head. People. Okay, I want to take the top off. You should never really cut towards your finger, especially with an insanely sharp knife. But do what you want. I do. There we go. Now the bottom, you can take this fin off here. Now I'm going to find this little hole here, and I'm going to slit right down the skin. There. Get all this removed here. Mmm. Yummy. I want to just clean this up a little bit. Okay. And if you want, you can remove the tail for frying. Let's go ahead and do that. Great, let's get this cleaned up. I just run my fingers down the spine in here, get some of that out. So here is this whiting. It is really beautiful. I'm gonna cook it just like this. So I'm gonna pan fry it. So make sure you watch that video as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe, like, ring that bell for future notifications, and have yourself a wonderful time fishing.